Hello everyone, welcome to Elite Tech Club. This is the perfect place to learn programming in a simple and clear way. Today we are going to dive into an essential topic: what is JavaScript? By the end of this video, you'll know what JavaScript is, why it's so important, how it works, and where it fits in the web ecosystem. So let's get started. Let's start with a technical definition. JavaScript is a lightweight, interpreted, weakly typed programming language with first-class functions. Now, if you're new to programming, these terms might sound a little odd to you, but we will gradually explain them during this video and upcoming videos. It's primarily used as a scripting language for the web, but it's versatile enough to be used for other purposes like server-side development. Simply put, JavaScript is the language which makes the web interactive. Imagine visiting a site where nothing moves, no button works, there's no way to engage with the content. That's what the web was like before JavaScript. So, JavaScript is the backbone of everything dynamic you see online. To understand JavaScript's role better, let's look at the trio that builds websites. 1. HTML. This is the structure of your website, like the skeleton of a human body. 2. CSS. This is the styling. Your website looks like clothes and makeup. 3. JavaScript. This is the brain. It brings life and functionality to your site. For example, if you're building a button with HTML, CSS makes it look nice and JavaScript makes it clickable. You might be thinking, is JavaScript only for websites? Well, not at all. JavaScript is incredibly versatile. Here is where it shines. Web development. Front-end frameworks like React, Angular, and Vue. Number 2. Backend development. With Node.js, you can build server-side applications. Number 3. Mobile apps. Frameworks like React Native let you create mobile apps. Number 4. Game development. Yes, you can create games with JavaScript. The possibilities are endless, and that's why it's such a valuable skill to learn. A common question is, why is it called JavaScript? Is it related to Java? Well, the answer is not really. When JavaScript was created in 1995, Java was already a big name. To ride on its popularity, JavaScript was named to attract developers. So, if you want to talk about their similarities and differences, well, for similarities, we can say both are programming languages for building applications. And they have similar syntax elements like curly braces and semicolons, and that's it. And about the differences. First, their purpose. Java is a general-purpose object-oriented programming language. JavaScript is primarily used for web development. Second, how do they get executed? Java runs in a virtual machine or browser, while JavaScript runs directly in the browser. And third, how do they get compiled? Java is compiled, whereas JavaScript is interpreted or just-in-time compiled. And we will talk a little bit about the difference. The difference between compiled and interpreted languages lies in how their code is processed and executed by a computer. Let's break it down. So, what is a compiled language? A compiled language is one where the source code is translated into machine code by a compiler before it is executed. The resulting machine code can be run directly by the computer's CPU without needing the source code or a compiler at runtime. What are the key characteristics of a compiled language? The entire source code is converted to machine code before execution. Since the code is already in machine-readable format, execution is generally faster. Compiled code is often specific to the platform it was compiled for, like Windows or Linux. And last but not least, many errors are caught during compilation. Examples of compiled languages: C, C++, Rust, Go, and Fortran. What about interpreted languages? An interpreted language is one where the source code is executed line by line or statement by statement by an interpreter at runtime. The characteristics are: the source code is processed during execution, not beforehand. Because the interpreter processes the code on the fly, it's generally slower than compiled code. Source code can be run on any platform as long as the interpreter for the language is available. And it's easier to test and debug because you don't need to recompile after changes. Some examples of interpreted languages are JavaScript, Python, Ruby, PHP, and Bash. Of course, there's also a third approach, which is the hybrid approach. Some languages use a mix of both compilation and interpretation. It's called bytecode compilation. So first the source code is compiled to an intermediate representation called bytecode, and then the bytecode is executed by a virtual machine or an interpreter. And here Java is a good example. Let's talk about JavaScript engines. A JavaScript engine is what your browser uses to execute JavaScript code. It reads your code, converts it into machine code, and runs it. Some of the popular JavaScript engines are V8 for Google Chrome, SpiderMonkey for Firefox, and JavaScript Core for Safari. V8 was originally developed for Google Chrome, then at some point they decided to extract it and use it also outside of the browser, and then Node.js was born. So Node.js basically enables us to write JavaScript code as a server-side language. And all of these JavaScript engines use optimization techniques like just-in-time compilation to make JavaScript faster. Before we wrap up, there's something super important you should know: ECMAScript. Sounds fancy, right? But it's actually the backbone of modern JavaScript. ECMAScript is the official standard that defines how JavaScript should work. Think of it as the rulebook that browsers and developers follow to ensure JavaScript behaves the same everywhere. You've probably seen things like ES6 or newer versions like ES 2022. That's ECMAScript. Each version brings new features, making JavaScript faster, cleaner, and easier to write. So whenever you hear about modern JavaScript features, you are actually hearing about ECMAScript updates. It's what keeps JavaScript evolving and powering the web today. So that's JavaScript in a nutshell. It's a powerful language that's essential for modern web development. In the upcoming videos, we will dive deeper into how to write JavaScript code and build real-world projects. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. And let me know in the comments what's the first thing you'd like to build using JavaScript. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video here at Elite Tech Club. Keep coding.